What's happening, gamers? Welcome to another exciting episode of Gamers Theory 101. Driving old Betsy here. One of my favorite trucks, favorite things to drive. It's a bitch to drive it. It's not exactly a good thing to drive if you would intend on, going particularly fast or being in any sort of form of control. I, I think a little bit of a little increment of traction added uh, from switching to wire rims, old wheels, to these off-road tires. Haven't driven it off-road yet. But anyway, the subject of today's discussion, and yes, back to Grand Theft Auto, been a while, but I felt that there was a switch up that I could do here, that I wanted to do here with this video instead of using Fallout, because I took some time to contemplate everything and came to a few conclusions and realizations. So, with regards to preparedness and my previous videos on the subject, so we'll go through that stuff now. Let's see here. Where should we go to do some chill? Let's go over to these little dirt paths over here and not destroy the fucking truck on the way. A lot of fun to drive this fucking thing. Should probably turn the volume down a little. But so on the subject of preparedness, with regards to my previous videos, came to a realization. I guess I'm not gonna do this. It just feels weird to do this whole being vague about it routine. So I'm just gonna say the names, I guess. Prepper Nation took my video, I guess, a little bit the wrong way. I wasn't really specifically talking about him when I was talking about the different preparedness channels focusing too much on the news. Prepper Nation has a totally different style of format for the most part than most of the other channels anyway. So it's a totally different, I go to Prepper Nation for different reasons than I go to, say, like, Canadian Prepper or whatever. He's like the only channel that I can think of that does the long form, isn't afraid to put out like an hour-long video, long form, something you can, turn the phone on, listen to it, not have to fucking, oh no, what is happening? A mission of some sort? What is this? What the hell? I just wanted to drive my truck around.
Yeah, he killed people, he tortured people, committed a little of other crimes. Oh,
Guess I wasn't paying attention to what was on the map when I drove over here. That's unfortunate. Got myself into some shit. Anyway, I don't actually specifically remember which channel it was that I was watching at the time, but it wasn't even about the preparedness channel that I was watching at the time when I said what I said on my video. It was more about my own news group. See, I got around to looking at the stats and the numbers in my news group of, when the viewership is high. And ironically, the thing that people seem to be into the most and gets them coming to the page is when I post just screenshots of news articles. So that baffled me a little. I'm like, you don't like the fucking, what? Like, what? I'm sharing here a diverse plethora of preparedness channels and different stuff. Anyway, because like I said, it's not me. I think that these videos are important. That's why I share them. But so, and I was saying, you guys do the preparedness videos. Teach us how to prepare for the stuff. The news, underground news specifically, dudes. We'll do the news stuff. Let's, split up the work in many hands and all that. But then I got to thinking and realizing when I was looking at my own numbers of participation in my own fucking news group, I was like, hold on,
Hey, look, man. It is what it is.
So I noticed, like, for instance, InfoWars. If you look at old InfoWars, the stuff they were talking about felt a lot more esoteric and deep and whatnot, hidden. And eventually, and I want to say around when Trump came around, it became more current events oriented. And, you got the same sort of a thing with the preparedness channels over the past couple of years have gone less with teaching you how to like plant a garden, for instance, and more towards pieces about current events and whatnot. Can I switch back to Mike so can I take Mike's truck? Sweet.
Let me think about this some more, okay?
Are you mad? Take my truck. We're trading trucks. It's truck trading day. Anyway. So I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, so the preparedness channels, same kind of routine. Current events being what they are, so incredibly hectic. Transitioning over from preparedness content in the way of building water filters and whatnot.
All right, guys, a few more details.
To current events stuff, and then I'm looking at my own news group and I'm like, all right, so my guys specifically, they want like esoteric occult knowledge type stuff, documentaries on ancient grimoires and occult secret society names and things like that, fucking. So they're neither or. They're not preparedness oriented, and they're not like GS News current events type people either. See what I'm saying? Like, so my numbers go down when I'm talking about preparedness or current events in like war news and stuff, because they want to know about Bohemian Grove and the Council on Foreign Relations and things like that. But I'm trying to convey to them, like, alright, where am I supposed to be even going? Just told me to leave the area. What am I supposed to... Oh, is this that, like, what well, I guess we'll just see what this is. So, they want this kind of occult stuff, and I'm trying to convey to them that we're into all these rabbit holes. But here's where the connection lies. At the bottom of all these rabbit holes, whether it's the World Economic Forum or Bilderberg or Bohemian Grove, lie people with agendas, and they want to create situations. And these situations are things that you need to be prepared for. So we can talk about deep underground military bases and the Federal Reserve all day till we're fucking blue in the face, but at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do with this? Just steal it? I think so.
Run! You don't want to end up in the back of this.
Trying to, like, gather stuff for a heist. Lose the cops in a fucking garbage truck. Right. But I'm trying to convey to them that at the bottom of these rabbit holes are all situations that you want to prepare for. You know, preparedness links right into, like, just all of this stuff, right? And so does the current events news. So I guess I just had to realize that we're all like it's like a trifecta going on of different aspects of the truth movement, you know, talking about their own lenses of the way they're looking at what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that was like, I don't know, my you know, cuz that was out of that emotion that I had there of being annoyed with the situation was out of my own fuck news members not wanting to watch the prepper videos, and I just didn't kind of get why. And then I realized, looking at the shit that I normally post, like, oh, so yeah, kind of losing my train of thought with all these fucking cops chasing my garbage truck. Huh. This is bullshit. Oh, this is stupid. This doesn't go where I think it does. That was a mistake. I give up on the mission. Fuck it. Yep, you lost this asshole. Hey, wait a second. Fail. The old classic how to get through a fence in Grand Theft Auto. What a fail! The garbage truck is stuck. That's so funny that that's like the specific parameter, like it acknowledges that that's why. Well, I got through a lot of my thoughts there in 12 minutes. That's pretty good. So I guess I'll just continue to share the various prepper channels. I wonder if I can walk up. This is awesome. You know, but I just have to, one, do a better job of not getting, so it's very easy to get used to watching a handful of channels and trying to watch every single video that a channel puts out and getting in a routine of that, instead of just, you know, clicking on the videos of random channels and seeing if they're any good. So I gotta, like, that's what I've been doing over the past few days, is really diversifying the channels that I'm sharing. So I'm like trying to do a better job of having a more diverse catalog of videos of that genre to check out. So where a handful of channels here may do current events, and see the good thing about it is that, like, one dude, you look at GS News, which is a channel I share a lot, and I don't even share it under the category of preparedness channels. I just I have a category called other news channels, and I'll put, like, you know, Paul Joseph Watson or whatever in there. Whatever news clips or stuff that I come across that isn't preparedness related. But you know, he's one dude. He can only report so much stuff. So, and look at so many angles. And he can only see it so many ways. Like, with regards to the Ohio thing. And Truth Stream Media got a documentary on the very chemical Times Beach. Bada bing, bada boom. Truth Stream Media. One of my favorites to... That's a great... That's watching a movie, though. That's like sitting down with your popcorn and getting ready for an experience. It's like the Dark Knight. But, so, we have a handful of channels that'll talk about different aspects of the news, and you get a more complete view of things simply because of the numbers game there. And then, along with those, you know, videos, stuff like, you know, City Prepper does a decent job of keeping a balance. He's always very well-rounded. Hello, dog. Do not bite me. Oh, come on. Look, I'm literally walking away. Get the fuck out of here. You know, I'm indestructible. You know, you don't know that. But, I can just switch. That's right. So I'll make sure now to, you know, because I don't know, I just got caught up in the news cycle and the constant explosions and disasters and catastrophes. And, you know, that, different channels talk about other channels saying, oh, look at the thumbnails and clickbaity disaster, explosion, catastrophe-ville. And I don't think those channels realize that that only works for so long. Like, in a microcosm, because I get a more, I feel like I get a, I don't know, a concentrated look at things with my little stats that I have access to for groups on Facebook. So it was real noticeable to me when, like, we all burned out on it at the same time. I burned out on watching the videos to share them, and everybody burned out on clicking on them in the group.